All right, we are back for our final segment here at the Tree of Life Metaphysical Shop. We're going to learn about crystals, and I'm not going to call them rocks 14 times like last time. Introduce yourself.
Better. Hi, my name is Kelly Troop. I'm a certified crystal practitioner here. I'm a Usui master here. I'm also Holy Fire Reiki certified too. So I'm like a go-to for Reiki, and I'm also a go-to for crystal information here. I've been collecting crystals all my life, like I've said on the last podcast, but it's really a love and a hobby for me. Like more than a hobby, it's really more of a love for me to do.
And you can see a lot of the stuff she does. She does some cool stuff with the community, not only for Truth Behind Illusion and Not Cool in High School, but also Tornado Tag Podcast. So we said we're going to get the wrestling reference out, and it'll probably happen during this segment.
Yes, that would be totally cool.
Yeah,
I can geek out on that anytime.
Been very, very supportive of the network, and we thank you so much because you do a lot of cool stuff.
No, thanks for bringing me on, too.
Awesome moderator.
Yeah, and then you also helped us out with the shadow people. You wrote a little article. And
So definitely, I don't know if you want to touch on that at all.
Yeah,
but
sure.
That was, I actually did have an experience with one. I brought one home from Cape May with me, which Cape May to me is one of the most haunted places you can go to. Most people would like to
Charleston.
say, I've never been there yet. Would like to go. Savannah is like the next one, but
Savannah.
There was a motor in
Savannah's big. But Cape May holds a lot of spiritual energy there between the ocean, and what they sit on too is a lot of quartz. And what does quartz do? Magnify and holds energy. Limestone, right? So I think with Cape May, there's just a lot of restless souls, especially from the Victorian era. I've been in Cape May hotels. There's one called the Hotel Maycober that's right by the beach, and there was a spirit in the oceanfront room we had, I guess you would say, and he would keep opening the door and shutting the door, opening the door, shutting the door, opening the door, shutting the door.
Pick one, pal.
Yeah.
In or out.
In or out. And he would turn the light off. So I would eventually turn the light on too, and thinking that would stop him. Nope. Shut the light off, open the door, shut the door, open the door, shut the door. There was nothing else really to that than that. Like, and I try to be skeptical too.
As they say, the residual haunt, or just that's all it does?
No, I could feel it staring at me.
Oh, okay.
Intelligent
I would have breakfast clubbed that. I would have put a magazine rack in front of the door.
Yeah. I should have pushed one of the chairs against it, but no, I didn't feel that threatened by it.
Yeah,
and if it scared my husband a little bit, that's good. So, but we did stay at a B&B there called Elaine's, and I actually had a shadow person come home with me.
Ooh.
So the first night we were back, I actually, at 3 a.m, I sat up and I saw this hooded, cloaked figure, kind of like in the picture I posted.
Like a druid.
Yes, and that one actually scared me. And I sat up, I told it to get out.
Get the hell out of my house.
Yes.
I've done that a few
I
times.
screamed it to the top of my lungs. It did get out, and then I saged the whole place at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Wow, yeah.
Yeah.
How do you think it attached to you? Through something you brought back, or?
I think my theory on this is some people have a little lighter energy than others.
Okay.
Some people are a little bit more sensitive than others, and they attach onto that. Especially if you're any kind of empathic person or clairsentient person, they feel that you can feel them, and they're trying to be known. Now that, I don't know what that was. So that kind of scared me. Like I said, I usually don't get scared by them anymore, but that one did.
So in between here and Cape May, there is a druid hitchhiking back.
Gotta go somewhere.
Watch out for the druid.
It was a lady too. I definitely got a female vibe from her.
The Baba Yaga.
Yeah, she had like, I could tell it was, the mic. Okay. Damn it. Oh, okay.
That's what he curse.
Damn it.
Slide up a little bit higher.
Yeah. So, yeah, it was definitely a female energy, I could see. And there was, after we stayed there, and I learned too that there was a sickly girl in this bed and breakfast years ago in the Victorian era. Mom and Dad parked her there, or they moved there trying to give her the best life they could for how sick she was, and they had a nurse that took care of her. So they say it's the nurse and the girl that haunts the house.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah. Yeah,
Interesting.
Yeah, that is
Go
interesting.
ahead. Sorry.
No, you're good. So what we're going to do here first is you said you're going to do a reading.
Yeah.
But we're also going to do something with the crystals.
Yes.
So you instructed us before we started to go out and pick a crystal. See this? 2 for 2.
Better.
Look at you.
2 for 2. Crystal that we're drawn to, we like, and one that we're repulsed by, we don't like.
Yeah.
All right. So we'll start with Bougie Tori over
All
here.
right, listen. I've been looking at this one all day.
That one's a weapon.
Yeah, I like it. I don't even know really what it is.
Probably could hurt somebody.
It definitely
that in your
could. I don't
lightsaber.
know what it is, but I've been looking at it all day, and I can't afford it. But I really, really just like it a lot. And then that looks like something in my parents' driveway. So
Now,
I
is that
don't.
the
like
only
that
reason
one.
you don't like that one?
I just it's hard for me to like find something that I don't like.
Yeah, nothing was told.
So I was just like, well, this one is the least interesting thing I could see to me. So
So this is the one you liked, and this
Yeah.
is the one you don't like. So I'll start with the one you like.
Tell her she's
first.
terrible.
Now, the one she likes is very. Like, you think stereotypical crystal is shiny. It looks like.
Yeah.
Has jagged
You are
edges.
one of those girls.
I am proudly.
I picked it because it's pretty.
It's pretty and brittle.
But it's
Yes.
heavy.
Wow, my mental stability.
And it'll cut the shit out of you too.
It will. They form. It's blue kyanite. They do form in blades.
Oh,
That's
wow.
what they call them, is blades.
Yeah.
But when I look at this and what you're attracted to and what you try and propose to other people to is that you are very much in balance and you are a very free thinker and a very good talking person. And I'm not just saying that because I've watched you all day, but I actually have a piece of it on me to help me talk a little better.
Oh, wow.
That's why I use this. So it's very much alignment, balance, and talking freely and easily.
You guys want to do
basically.
karate in
Is
the
that
garage?
like blue? Yeah. Is like blue like talking and whatnot, like the throat chakra?
Right, correct, yeah, correct.
Ooh, good
so
call.
this is another one.
No, I called him. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's a good call. That was
Oh.
that was
I
legit.
can never tell when you're being
That was a
legit or
legit
not.
compliment.
Thank you.
And the quartz just magnifies that.
Oh, cool.
It brings a bigger and more extravagant aura on it. So you're not very basic at all from what he's trying to tell you.
So essentially, with that rock, you'll never shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Never! She'll always be in your
Never
ear.
and forever. And
If you don't like it, I'll cut you.
You could stab somebody
You
with
could
it.
stab someone
Stab
with
him
this
in the
one.
neck.
It has a very sharp point.
That's like the nicest,
The
juiciest
thing
part
is,
you
though,
can get
is
out
if you
of it.
stab someone with that,
Yeah.
because it is brittle and sharp, it'll cut you as well.
Well, you gotta tape it off.
So you're getting
you know?
caught by us.
I would wear like gloves, Tony.
You gotta make
Snow
a shank.
gloves. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a crystal healing shank.
Yeah.
So the next one is raw Merlinite. So our raw indigo gabbro is the scientific word behind
Oh.
it. So I would think with this, you're a little bit of stepping into your own personal power, or you're a little bit of you're afraid of stepping into a higher purpose that you have, maybe a
feel
higher magical purpose.
I
Like
feel that.
you're pushed back a little
Stuck.
bit, stuck, or like you're not afraid to take that one more step. That's what I would think.
Getting the cards from Mr. Bob Cook.
Cook.
That's my next step.
Yes, you'd probably be excellent at that Rock'n'Eye.
Yeah. Well, like that's
Yeah.
it's like I'm the descendant
Yes.
through the family,
It's
so
like-
I'm very.
It's in the
interested
bloodline
that.
there. It's asking you to pick up, but you're just not going the next step.
Yeah.
But that's Merlinite or Indigo Gabbro is all about magical abilities. You know, it's about casting spells, making it more powerful, believing in yourself and believing in the magic and the intuition that you get too.
Oh, cool.
So
All right,
Interesting.
slide your rank up a little higher again. Sorry.
let me just go this way.
There you
That
go.
way?
There you go.
Perfect. All right, so here's my absolute basic.
So which one is your like one? Which one is your
Yeah.
dislike?
All right, so my like is the shiny black one,
knew it.
like my soul,
I knew it.
and then the one I don't like is just the one that looks like a poop rock.
Why do you have to say it like that?
Yeah.
You know I hate that word.
That's why I picked it. It's a
Yeah,
long-
it's 2 O's for a reason. Please stop it. You
Yeah.
spook piece of shit.
All right. Now this I'm thinking is red jasper off the top of my head.
I believe that's what it is. Yes.
Yeah, and then black
And,
obsidian.
Jasper's just an ugly name.
Jasper.
That's my cat's name.
Aw.
Wow, you
Sorry.
piece of shit.
All right, so I feel like Jasper is someone who like goes and looks for stuff.
It's Jasper!
Looks for rocks in the wood in the mountains. I'm a prospector.
Prospector.
Goldie is here.
Sounds like that old, like, westerny, tinny
Yeah.
type, yeah.
Like Jasper's
Yeah.
in the mountains looking
Like the
for
Mountain Dew
gold.
guy. Have you ever seen
They're
him?
gold in them
You ever seen the
hills.
Mountain Dew cartoon guy?
Yeah.
It looks like a straight hillbilly.
So
Yeah.
not an ugly name. It just that's what I think of Jasper. I think of a dirty man in the woods, like with a.
Well, start thinking of my fat 19-pound cat, Jasper,
Okay.
black cat Jasper,
Oh, I already
because
love
he's
him.
huge,
Oh,
and
boy,
he is
19
loving.
pounds, yeah.
That's
He
a chunk
is a
boy.
big boy.
a
I had
bobcat.
to literally wrap him up to go to the vet. He won't go in a cage. But what I'd say, black obsidian, you like the purest of intentions for me. That's
Oh,
what I
look,
think.
is this
You're-
obsidian? No, this is not obsidian.
No.
This is
That's slag obsidian, so it's man-made obsidian. This is obsidian too, but this is probably more or less obsidian that was made from volcanic rock, like natural.
Tried by fire.
Right. So you're very, yes, and it's made by fire, but you're very purified. Like you like pure things in life. So, and you indulge in like, how can I say this?
Just say it.
The simple things.
Oh yeah,
The simple things, and really in the moment too. Like you really can indulge. Like when you're drinking your beer, you really taste every note.
I try.
You
But
try?
I used to in the moment. I don't really plan a lot of things.
Yes,
I just live by the seat of my pants.
Right. Very
oh, 3
in
in
the
the morning.
moment
Let's go
and
do
very,
something.
very pure of life. You like the purity of life too.
It's funny. Before you came in, I said, look at their rocks, and I said, look, I'm like the plain cheese pizza guy. I don't put salt and pepper on my food.
Hey, it works.
Yeah.
And then red jasper is a strength stone. You need to have more strength in some department of your life.
Oh, I messed up.
I don't want to say this, but more like physical strength, maybe.
Okay.
You need to tap into that
I
more
see
that
what you're putting
warrior,
down.
that
Yes,
warrior
yes.
state of you.
Well, no, that makes sense because of your disability.
Yeah. Yeah, I used to be.
I didn't know that.
No, yeah, that's okay. He has like a muscle.
Yeah, I used to be.
Oh, okay.
I used to be in good shape, but it kind of fell off a little bit. But
Okay.
we're gonna work back to it. Try.
I'm sorry.
No, it's good. No, it
I
makes
don't-
sense.
Yeah.
You're
I
on,
didn't know.
you're onto something.
So yeah, definitely something with strength with you.
I will say
And
this
I don't know
too.
if it's physical, but maybe it could be
It's
emotional
mental, because I
too.
think that the biggest thing with me is as I have a lot of self-doubt and a lot of
Yes.
stuff I'm working on.
This is red jasper is very much a male warrior stone.
Yeah.
It's for really like powerful masculinity
Yeah.
too. And I know gender neutral and everything, but there is just like the hermetic principles
an
of
energy.
gender.
It's
Yes,
an
it's an
energy.
No,
energy.
It's not
male
a-
really-
toxicity is a legit thing, and
Right.
yeah.
So you need to tap in more of that male part of you I would think.
Yeah.
That,
Stop
and
being a bitch.
Stop being a little bitch. And maybe believe in yourself and believe in your body a little
Makes
bit
sense.
more.
Yeah, I work 10 times harder to appear that I'm in good shape, and I'm really
Yeah,
not.
because I wouldn't
Yeah.
have guessed that.
Yeah.
So,
Okay, so I like this purple one because
Okay.
purple's my favorite color.
all right.
That would make good dice, I think. And this one I think just looks stupid. I didn't see the side, which looks kind of cool, but it just looks like you'd find it like you're digging a hole and you found that. I'm like, nah, I'm just throwing it to the side.
like Jasper found it up in the mountains.
Jasper found
It
it
looks
up
like
the
a throwaway rock. Not a
throw-
crystal. Like that's a crystal. That's a rock.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Well, first off, this is a raw piece of amethyst. So you are a very peace at mind person.
That's true.
Just like your air card there she gave you.
Yeah.
This very much associates with air,
Oh, how
air
about that?
qualities.
I know that.
So this is very peaceful energy, very like at peace with yourself or calm energy too. This can also mean you're very spiritually protected too, because this is the one thing I'll offer to people if they feel like they're at risk of something
Oh, okay.
in the spiritual world. But definitely the purple amethyst, and you're very high thinker too. Like you're very broad, very open-minded, broad spectrum type of person. Like you don't judge a book by the cover. You take a minute and actually listen to what people are trying to say.
But then the second rock, where he completely judged the book by its cover.
He's judging the book by its cover here. So this is something he's not trusting his intuition. So what this is a raw piece of blue tiger's eye, and they also call it hawk's eye.
Oh, it's even a cool
Hawk's eye,
name.
yeah.
You
Yeah.
messed up.
Right.
So blue
Amethyst
tiger's
has a
eye.
comic and Tiger's Eye doesn't, okay?
Yeah.
She's a DC character.
But everybody wants the eye of the tiger.
Yeah, so the blue,
Rocky, ever hear of it?
tiger's eye or hawk's eye is very much an intuition stone. People use it on their third eye to really magnify their intuition.
Okay.
I think you're afraid of listening to your heart or listening to yourself or what's around you at that time. So I think that's something you might need to work on from seeing this.
Oh, jeez, I don't know.
Really start listening to your heart in the moment and your
Okay.
gut in the moment, I should say, because that's more of an intuition, like your inner part of yourself trying to tell you something that you're not listening to.
Oh, okay.
Other than this rock is really cool.
Yeah.
Yes.
You're lacking the eye of the
cool.
tiger.
I know.
That's honestly, that was the most fun I've ever had. Like just
With the
picking
rock?
two
Yeah.
different
Just
crystals.
like
Yeah.
walk around like.
I mean, there's a lot
Yeah.
of cool ones. I like the one that was like a
Yeah.
rainbowy one with jagged edges. It was
But
like
you
a
love
little-
Yeah.
purple.
I don't know
Do
what
kids
the name
eat
of
that
it was.
up? Like if
Oh.
you do that with kids, like just go out in the store and pick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I usually when little
Dude, I
kids
feel like
come
I'm
in,
3 years old.
Yeah, I usually tell them to pick whatever they want because those kids, like I was telling you before, those kids are really connected. They're really in the zone. So whatever they pick up, they know is for them, really.
Yeah.
The only thing I will say not for little kids, probably straight black obsidian. That's harsh. Hematite can be harsh for people. It can make
Like
them
that.
go into a depression. Yeah, that ain't hematite, but that's black obsidian. But
And that
throw
could
people
put us
into
in depression.
Yes.
Wow.
Oh, yes.
Way to go, Gem Thorpe.
Yeah.
So
But-
what about it? Like, is there like what are the properties that could bring somebody into a depression? Is that just like a grounding thing?
Yeah, it could be very grounding, very purifying, but if you really start picking at a scab that you're trying to get rid of, you can make it bleed again.
Right.
And if you can't
Okay.
stop the bleeding, doing the metaphor I'm trying to say there. If you're
So
really,
he-
and then
picking
you
at
and then you
yourself.
talked about Cook, and then he does the stop bleeding ritual.
Yes. Yes. I didn't even remember that. Yes.
So with that one, he gave it to us because he said that sometimes people go to the prison and they have experiences that scare them.
that is not one I would give you to go to the prison.
And he gave it to us for protection.
No.
He was a hippie type of guy. That
I would say your best thing on protection is every day, all day going to be black tourmaline. Black tourmaline, a little bit of larvikite in there. Black tourmaline is a type of a squirrel. I can't say it right. Like Marty Squirrel.
okay.
He's canceled.
yeah,
He
can't
is
talk about him.
canceled, isn't he? I forgot about that.
Hey, it was legal. in
You
England,
mentioned him, so
all
now
right?
you are too. No,
Yeah.
I'm kidding.
Yeah, that's true.
It
That's
was
how we
legal
go
in
anymore.
England.
Yeah.
I mentioned his name once. All right.
Beetlejuice,
Anyways,
Beetlejuice.
black tourmaline, it creates a nice energetic boundary around you that will stop other things from connecting to you. Like that thing coming home with me, I actually didn't take my black tourmaline on that trip, or it probably wouldn't have happened. So it stops things from attaching itself to you. If you're any kind of empathic or clairsentient person too, and you feel like you get sucked down by everybody's problems, that will help you ground and stop that too, and transmute that energy. Larvikite, like they were talking about the Italian evil eye, which I think is called something with an N. I can't remember it now. That actually is like the gemstone version of the evil eye. That blue thing with the little black and the little white in it to make the eye.
Yeah.
That's the gemstone version. So that deflects anybody's negative ill will toward you.
So exactly like if that became our like, because we were actually gonna make that like our podcast table's mascot. Like that was
It's going to purify your energy, but it's not going to protect you. Like, do you know what I'm saying?
like no, I
purifying-
just don't want to like put it on the table and then we're like 2 days later we're all like, I hate my life.
No, I think if you work with it intentionally and not let it bring you down.
Okay.
When you notice it bringing you down,
So if
Stop.
what would you say if we were to get a crystal for the table, and you want it would set in the middle of the table? What do you
what
recommend?
crystal I would say?
It would probably be for like success and talent or something like that. I would assume.
Or
No,
creativity?
Yeah, yeah.
I would. You're doing a podcast. I would think communication. So like her blue kyanite there would be.
You're
excellent.
welcome.
Yeah, you're welcome. But blue kyanite would be great. Yeah. Yeah. So blue kyanite would be great. And the amazonite would probably be really good. That's also like a queen throat communication stone because you really want to be able to talk, get your point across, and attract people to come to the podcast. And
Interesting.
Nice.
We're trying to get these angles. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like
Not the Facebook
Trying to
or the
cheat.
MySpace angles. But
no,
stuff
we
look
want
better.
performance enhancement and crystals on the
Okay.
podcast.
How about a nice little crystal grid with a quartz generator, some amazonite, and some citrine, or either tiger's eye for empowerment and like the look at me type, like, you know,
I need
I
some
like
look.
that.
I need some
Yeah.
look.
look at me
Yeah, that
kind
sounds
of
cool.
energy.
What
I
about
would
these
love
things?
that.
What are these things going on back
What?
Is that a crystal
Yeah,
grid?
there's
here? Is that a grid?
Yes, that's a grid I actually made for Sherry.
Oh.
Yeah,
So I can explain it to you.
So this is what we
Yeah.
need at the table.
Yeah.
We need a monument.
Yeah.
Yes. So this is I have it glued. So I have it glued down. So what I have here, what I done for Sherry, this is actually flower agate, and flower agate is all about blooming in grace. So my intention was with this was to have her business bloom with grace because she was going through a lot of blooming or a lot of growing pains. So the centerpiece being blooming with grace, and then this is all little quartz to magnify the energy. But it's also rubellite to bring in that kind of loving energy, and peridot. That's what peridot is, the little green one, which is also August's birthstone. That is the many blessing stones, or the cornucopia stone.
Oh, okay.
So that stone will bring you many blessings of all different kinds: health, wealth, protection, you could even say. It brings you all different kind of blessings into your life, not just money, not just power, not
General
just fame.
abundance.
It's just general, all around blessings. So I actually love to use that in my practice anymore.
That's cool. That's cool, and it's
Yeah,
like a little,
I've
it's a
never
cool
seen
little
anything
arts
like
and
that.
crafts
Yeah.
thing too.
Yeah. That's
So-
whatever I had here at the moment. That's what I wanted to do.
So for the people at home and for me, how much would something like that go for?
Oh, I don't know.
Would it depend on the
For you,
crystals?
400.
Yeah, for you.
No. Oh, I think I put that together for less than $20.
Oh,
Wow.
okay. Well, there you go.
Wow.
We'll take two.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We won't want it's like a pizza though.
Yeah.
That's gonna be a little hard. I'll need a lot of carnelian, maybe then thrown in his bed. Pizza, man, carnelian and some red jasper.
Citrine for that yellow.
And yeah, it's citrine for the yellow. What else? Yellow jasper there. That kind of looks like cheese. I don't know.
So how you were saying before, you like in your classes, you would say, hey, go out in the store and just grab something and bring it back. Because what essentially what you're saying is if something out there catches your eye,
Yes,
or
you need to either work with it or work with the energies to kind of neutralize what you're lacking.
Did you hear that?
so here's my
with you.
question. So the one thing that every time I go to a holistic shop, or I always go to anything like that, when we're walking around Jim Thorpe, every time I walk into him, maybe, and I'm not trying to like do the joke or I'm the devil, but every time I see like the pentagram or like the goat head or the
Yeah,
Baphomet,
Baphomet.
or the Ouija board, I'm drawn to that.
You're drawn to the mystery.
Exactly.
You're drawn to
Like,
the study of the unknown.
So a lot of
I
people
love
look
it
at it as
too.
dark. Like I'm like,
No,
yeah.
it's not dark. I mean, people will say it's dark. That's one thing when I was in Salem, I was so upset because I know people are going to look at me as strange, but I love learning about everything. I think I told you this before. Everything. I want to know everything as much as I can.
A scholar.
But I missed the Satanic Temple. They were not open when I went up, and I was so pissed. I wanted to go in. I wanted to learn. I wanted to see the statue of Baphomet there
Yeah.
because they have a huge one, and it's like it's the biggest church for the
Really?
Satanic Temple in the United States.
Ooh.
Is up in Salem. I wanted to go in. I wanted to learn, and I love the I love the Baphomet statue. I do. I mean, I love.
I have
all
one on
of
our
that.
TV stand.
Yeah, it's basically he is the god of learning the unknown, basically.
That's not
As above,
inherently
so
evil,
below.
you
No,
know?
it ain't.
Well, I think a
Because
lot.
Christianity made him evil because of his devil.
Yeah, 'cause he
part.
looks
His
like a bad guy.
horns. He
And-
looks like a bad guy. Let's just pin him as a bad guy. Screw what he really is.
And it doesn't work in religion if you ask too many questions to learn
That's
outside.
right.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
ask too much, it's like,
Yeah.
Well,
Not for you to
pretty much
know.
Burn you.
the term satanic is just what you like. Essentially, you don't believe or agree with I do. Like you're not. It's not so much the devil or you're trying to harm or you want to kill babies and eat goats and sacrifice all. Like you
Well,
just.
I mean,
somebody was
eating
eating a goat,
goat-
I'd be pissed.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that.
But it's just like it's you don't believe what I believe essentially.
Right.
So you're satanic.
Right.
And it's kind of like that mistranslation almost.
Yes, it definitely is
Yeah.
the mistranslation. I mean, I am no way in shape or form a satanic worshiper, but I do like to learn about it.
Yeah.
Definitely do.
When you learn about something, it takes that.
Yeah.
It takes the that evilness away
Right.
from it because it's
Right.
like we fear what we don't understand, so
Right.
understand it, and then you don't have to be afraid
That's
of it
right.
anymore.
And I'd like to be able to speak knowledgeably on something before I just go off half-cocked and say,
Yeah.
oh, well, that's devil shit. You
stupid.
know?
I hate it.
Yep.
Yeah, like in a lot of
Just-
shops.
Just like your anthrax, and I know you
Yeah.
have it on the back, the
Yes.
upside down pentacle.
Yeah, it's also my arm. the
Oh,
tattoo.
okay. All right. Well, to me, from what I've learned from another Satanist follower or satanic follower, or what did he call himself, a demonologist or something? That to him, when he looks at it, is more like a grounding symbol. Like he's pulling his
brings it
knife into
down.
the earth and pushing down, like really
okay.
grounding into this reality that he has. It doesn't mean.
Well, it makes
it's,
sense because it's
you
just
know,
like
Yeah,
the
flames
right
and
side
death.
up.
death.
Yeah,
and,
the right side
yeah.
up is bringing it up
I'm
to
gonna go
spirit.
murder somebody
Yeah.
or some shit
That's
like
a
that.
topic I want to do on the show. I want to find a satanic priest or like someone who like
I-
teaches that
Yeah.
and learn.
All right.
So I want to do that.
That's interesting. It is.
It
really
is.
I actually read the commandments of this like the satanic
Yeah.
church. And they're very, very similar to the Christianity ones. It's just like, yo, I don't bother you, you don't bother me.
Yeah.
And if you bother me, I have to kill you.
Good.
Not essentially kill, but like you have to just get away from me.
Yeah.
Like don't and it's like don't harm animals, don't harm children. It's
Oh,
it's
yeah.
actually very like
Just a lot of
That's
good
what
rules
people
there.
are doing, like that ritualistic killing of animals and stuff. That it makes me roll my eyes because
so
that's
stupid.
if you really want to give something of yourself, you give yourself.
Yeah.
Not all of yourself, but part of yourself.
Yep.
It's like with
Just
blood
like
work,
that.
it doesn't matter like it's just like if you're doing it
Yeah.
like with something, it's
Yeah.
just a little prick.
Little
Right.
feed me,
Little-
Seymour.
Yeah,
Miss Seymour.
Awesome.
That's when we get to Midsummer and we give you some lemonade.
No, none of that,
I
please.
still have to watch that. I didn't get to see that yet.
Jesus Christ. It's a little much. It's a good movie, though.
Yes.
But it's a
So-
lot going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd
Old
like to
people
see it.
jumping and pies and lemonade. It's bears.
Sound
Pies
like
and
that.
lemon. That sounds fun.
Oh.
Bears and
Well, did you
I
know?
love
Did you
bears.
know when you got married? Apparently, May 1st, May Day.
yeah.
So that
Batman
is
Day as well.
actually- Batman Day. Well, and, it's also no, that's Star Wars is May 4th.
Yeah.
Anyways, got my nerdiness mixed up.
How dare you?
How dare you?
May Day or Beltane, May Day was coined by the Christianity people. But May Day was a high sex holiday,
Whoa.
actually, in the pagan tradition.
Hey, now.
That was the day of
Congratulations.
marriages,
Nailed it.
consummation marriages, and oh yeah, that was big for that. So now how we're in Samhain right now, and that's the ending of life portal. That is the thinning of the veil, that we are closer to our ancestors and our ghosts and the spirits that are around us or whatever may be around us right now. That is also another thinning of the veil, but that is the thinning of the veil of giving life. You know, consummating a marriage, getting pregnant, giving birth, that is the other end of the spectrum. So it's an equal and opposite like kind of reaction.
I'm into it.
So that could be a good podcast phrase too.
That
I
would
mean,
be
that
cool.
gets
We had to bring you on
it
for
would
that
be
one. Yeah.
it would be like the hermetic principles they call them.
Yeah.
Well, you did it. You booked yourself. You're on.
Yeah.
What is you said it and Bob said, what is Reiki?
Reiki.
What is that?
Reiki?
I have no idea.
Oh,
Go ahead.
sorry.
No,
No,
go
it's
ahead.
okay. I
feel
have
like
one.
I'm
I have
over-talking
no.
everybody.
I have
No,
one
you're-
more class to my mastery. I work with Donna.
Okay.
So I just know Reiki, and it just Rei is universal, and Ki is energy. So it's like universal energy. So it's like the idea of like using the energy around you to help unclog or to help
okay.
heal other people.
Yeah.
It's like The Simpsons when he steps on the rake.
Yeah.
Hits him in the face.
Reiki.
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 There it is.
Nailed it.
There was like that cute little cartoon bit that has the person. Did you ever see that one?
I don't think
It
so.
was like somebody on the table and then somebody has a rake and said, "Oh yeah, this is Reiki."
That's
guy.
funny. That's
So
I'm gonna
cheesy,
start
so
actually.
cute.
I'm gonna start actually incorporating a Reiki.
Yeah.
Just
in my
bring the
Reiki.
little like beach toy sand ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually,
There
to
you
kind of
go.
comb it out, comb
it
the
out.
energy out. I'm gonna do that for you.
So
Or if they have a long back hair.
Yeah.
yeah, there you go. You can braid it then too.
That too.
Trying to get to your energy.
So Reiki,
Sir.
like she said, is like using life force energy to reinvigorate somebody. Like if you have somebody, it can help with immunity, it can help with muscle pains, it can help. It just makes you flow on optimal level. Basically,
okay.
your energetic or spirit body flow on optimal level too. Your chakras open and aligned. Now I do a little bit different. I am a little bit of I'm crystal Reiki, so I use a lot of crystals in my practice too. So I cleanse and balance your chakras before we even start, and then I go in and start. So
Yeah. See, I use mainly sound, like for sound.
Sound-
things
I
with-
do sound
with
too.
the drums and like the tuning forks.
Yeah, I
and
use
bring
the
it around and I
forks.
hum and I kind of
Yeah.
whisper.
yeah, I use the forks a lot. I love the forks.
I love the
you know.
forks.
Like is your
Do you
back
use-
bothering you? You go up to bed like, fuck you, fuck you.
You better get out of there.
You get the fuck out of here.
Do you use the forks with the sound inhibitors on them, or the like little weights on the end?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I
have
do
those.
too.
Yep.
I like them because you can feel them if you touch them to
Yep,
their skin.
yep, and it's
They
like,
really can
yeah.
energetically absorb that.
Yeah, that's what I
Now
use.
is that what you would use the sound bowls for as well?
Yeah, yeah. So that's going to be more of an auditory thing. What me and her are talking about is the forks sometimes have little like weighted discs on the end, and then when you place them on somebody's wrist or hands or wherever, your body absorbs that sound,
Okay.
that frequency, and everything is kind of on a frequency. We all move, we all, you know.
And the different, it's like the idea of the chakras. It's the different
Yeah.
frequencies.
Yep.
So it's like the lower you get, the lower, like then like the more
frequency.
the frequency is, and
Yeah.
the higher it's like the more
Just
quicker,
like the
higher
colors
frequency.
there behind you, they all have frequency too. Red is like one of the lower frequencies, and then as you go up, like purple is a very high frequency.
Oh, geez.
See?
And then purple is also the color of Reiki
Yes,
because it's the
color of
highest
Reiki.
yeah,
Oh, I love
frequency
that.
color.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
Yeah. So I'm
Yeah.
Holy Fire Reiki I have now. I am a Master Usui Reiki, and I do my own like crystal Reiki because I'm certified crystal practitioner through Hibiscus Moon. So I took a half-a-year course on how to become certified in crystals.
That's really cool.
So when you do a session with somebody, like how would you just pick out a bunch of crystals, or would you just?
I have my own set.
Okay, that's what I was saying. Like,
So-
how does it work? Like,
I actually customized my grandfather's old carpentry box. So it was like an old 1950s little box with little slats and like sections in it. And I bring all my crystals in that, and I have certain crystals that go places. I have certain, say somebody has a really bad heart chakra problem, I have 3 or 4 crystals on hand for that.
Oh,
Whatever
okay.
I feel at that moment, whatever my guides are telling me to use, that's what I'll use.
oh, okay.
Yeah,
That's
so yeah,
sounds
I have
pretty
like
cool.
what, like 20 crystals I think I bring with me, and then plus I just got a big wand too. If somebody doesn't want to be touched, that's how I go
I
too.
have a clear
Big
quartz
wand.
wand.
That's
that
Yeah.
cool. I never knew this even
Yeah,
existed.
and then I
Yeah.
actually put one of these underneath the bed too,
Oh,
with,
nice.
with Reiki symbols and amethyst and golden healer quartz.
That's what,
So-
so during the interview, I told them about the Heidi story, where
Oh,
Heidi
God love Heidi.
Heidi bought stuff to help me sleep better and to help me not have pain. So I fell asleep, and then she had incense burning and stuff, and I was like, all right, I like the smell of incense, so I was all about that. And she's like, did you sleep better? And I went, sure. And she's like, yes, like she's proud.
She's so cute.
And I was just like, I just kind of said yes, because I don't know. And she was like, check it out. And she goes underneath the bed, underneath the mattress, and pulls out a little baggie. I go, what are you doing? And she's like, I went and bought crystals that are going to help you sleep. And I was just like, what? I said, you should consent me, like trying to make me fall
Yeah.
asleep. And
It's always best to have consent. Yeah.
yeah, so she's saying
When
out there,
she knew
there's,
okay, listen. Knowing you wouldn't have given consent.
Oh,
to be like,
no.
oh,
No.
it's
He's like,
stupid.
no, that don't
Yeah.
And you, out of spite, wouldn't have slept
oh,
good that night.
I so wish, if I had a time machine, like instead of saving the world, instead of doing good, I would go back to that moment
spite.
when she asked me how I feel and be like, I feel like I slept on a rock all night. Like, 'cause
Exactly.
I
7
would've-
rocks in a bag.
oh my god, it feels like there was like 4 rocks digging in my back. Felt like amethyst, definitely amethyst. I would have ruined her.
Definitely
I would have
amethyst.
ruined her mind.
Oh my god.
That's why she didn't tell you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's sex rocks out there. So I'm gonna. Yeah.
Put a bunch
It
of
sounds like an 80s band.
Yeah. It is. It's our new band, Sex Rock.
Sex rocks.
We're gonna start a band up. You can play guitar. You
There we
sing.
Cool.
I'll play a triangle.
Yeah, you can be the you can play the whatever instrument that wasn't
Turn
Jim
the machine
Thorpe.
on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll just go over, push the button, bing bong, and just dance.
Yeah, and rock out to big band music.
Yeah, every
Oh my
song
God.
sounds like a
Like a
Marching
carnival
band.
ride.
Yeah.
like the Knobel's carousel. Yeah.
You know, if you go over there now, their carousel ride is actually the Ghostbusters theme.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, wow, that's
I
pretty
was
cool.
there a couple years ago, and I was like, "Am I hearing this right? Is this the Ghostbusters theme?" The little like '80s child in me is going berserk at the moment. My husband's like, "I don't care."
Divorce him.
It's over.
How did I meet you? I'm like, I love you, but we mesh on none of that kind of nerdy shit.
Yeah, the new Ghostbusters coming out. Looks exciting.
Oh, it does look exciting. I will say that. I was kind of bummed when COVID. That was like one of the big things I was bummed when COVID hit because that was supposed to come out that summer,
Yeah.
and then it didn't. I was like,
November 4th?
40. No, I think it's.
I thought it's early November.
I thought it was. Wait.
Is it? I thought it was
Yeah,
early.
I'm not. Like 16
Does
or
anyone
something.
have any questions or anything you want to ask?
Crystal questions? No?
No.
I also do crystal classes here once a month. They're usually on a Sunday. I do have a special one coming up in November. It will be on a Friday night. And that one's going to be about 2 hours long, but it's going to explain the significance of different formations of quartz. Like,
Oh, okay, like pillar
so
versus.
yeah, so this is like an abundance quartz because there's multiple points on one little cluster. So I'm going to go through like tantric twins. I'm going to go through inner childs, shaman portals, that kind of stuff, and explain what the
Interesting.
formation is and what it has what it has to offer in the metaphysical world.
Have you ever gone to Crystal Cave?
No, I was there once or twice, and the line was that long. I just walked out.
We found their online brochure.
Yeah.
Oh my God!
It's funny.
We broke Andy that day.
And there's a guy who is taking a photo of like they
Their
have.
main rock.
It was like a
A
poster.
stalactite or
And-
Yeah,
yeah.
it's like a specialist name because it looks.
Oh.
So that sounds right. The stalactite.
it's stalactite comes down from the top.
No,
the
this
stalagmite
one-
comes up.
Stalagmite. It's a stalagmite.
Stalagmite.
And
And
they have
he,
a thing around it.
He is
It's a
staring at
pose. It's a pose one for like a promotional, and he's just like, "What the hell
Like
is this
totally
thing?"
overacting.
He is looking at this like he is seeing the second coming.
Yeah.
He's like,
Mine is blown.
Yeah, like the brain's busting out the back of his head.
I re-looked it in. I don't think I've ever heard you laugh that much, and all you could get out was, "What is that thing?"
we did like
A guy whose mind is blown for like 10 minutes straight.
He goes with a
Yeah.
roar slack, like.
Yeah.
he gets home. He's like,
He
honey,
just can't comprehend.
I can't believe the size of this.
we gotta go.
Oh,
you gotta see it.
and even like the kids were in the background, just like, cool.
Yeah.
And dad, it was all
Dad's-
about the dad in that
Dad's existing
moment.
on a different plane.
He's like,
He had a connection with
did.
that.
he's already planning out the heist how they can see.
Yeah,
it.
like if I get this kind of
Chisel it
bandsaw, and if I get this, I can get in there, sneak in there. Yeah.
Whoa.
I've been
Oh
to
my
Penn's
God.
Cave though.
Oh, okay. That's
So if
Oh,
you ever,
I've
did you
never
ever,
been there.
the Penn's
Never
Cave is
there.
nice. That one's the one you do by boat, and you get to see a lot
What?
of, yeah.
Yeah, that's
so
the one that's up north, right?
Yeah, it's up near like past Sunbury,
Yeah.
like Lewisburg type area,
Yeah.
I think. And that one's really neat. You do it by boat. The water inside is
Whoa.
like total aquamarine, like out of
I
Florida.
think I've seen pictures
It's
of
all on
that.
the ground, yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh,
and it's
I got chills.
there's
I'm going to
really
go- I'm
neat
going to
lore
do that with
behind
Paul.
it about Indian princess named her Indian name was something to do with the Nittany Lion, and now I can't remember. Oh my god,
Joe
Why?
Paterno.
Yeah.
Joe Paterno. Yeah, but
Princess
that's
Joe Princess Joe
need to
Everybody
stop.
knows the famous Indian princess, Joe
Joe
Paterno.
Paterno. But anyways, she fell in love with this like white.
John Smith.
Yeah, John Smith. We'll just say John
Colonizer.
Smith.
This is
Colonizer. That's it.
Colonizer.
This is
And
Pocahontas.
Colonizers.
yeah, and the dad, the chief, actually threw him in this cave, and he
Wahoo.
died in the cave, basically.
Oh.
But there's a whole bulletin board thingy up there about it. You could read a little bit more. They tell you about it too on the tour. But on the tour, you can see a lot of calcite grows in that cave and a lot of pyrite. You can look up at the ceiling, and they'll shine their little light, and you can see all the beautiful pyrite. I like pyrite. See, this is pyrite.
Yeah.
So that's a
That
confidence.
layer's
Okay, it's like a
Fool's gold.
silverish black.
Yeah, so that's a very
This
good
is how it
That's
is.
confidence
they call
stone.
that kind of fool's gold.
This is
right?
how you
Yeah,
pull
so
it
they
over.
do
Yeah.
call it
Yeah.
fool's gold.
Yeah,
That's
so that it's
something-
fool's gold. That's
yeah.
the kind of.
And I guess I like it too because that's something my dad would bring me home because I don't know if you were here the last time. I don't think you were.
No, I don't think
He was a coal miner. So he would bring me all different,
nice.
I guess this is how this started. He'd bring me all different kind of coal and then especially coal with pyrite in.
That's
And
so
quartz.
cool. Oh,
Yep.
cute.
Yep.
It's really nice.
So that's one I still stick with me today. And like here, there's another trick anybody's
lapis?
listening. Yeah, so this is lapis and this is lapis.
I
This is
love
a
lapis.
really nice piece of lapis.
love lapis.
I'm really starting to have an affinity for
You're
it.
like a metaphysical emo chick with the bracelet.
Yeah, yeah. So what you want to pull into your world, you want to do with your left hand because it's your receiving, and what you want to push out into the world, you want to do with the right. So what I do is I'm calling in fire agate, I call in leadership, confidence. Ruby, I call in love. This is my ring with all the runes on for safety. And then Seraphinite's connection to angels, the Seraphim, lapis for intuition and power, golden apatite for money. That's a lesser known money stone too, but it's hard to find, golden apatite. And then to push out is rose quartz with aura treated. So that's like angel blessed / strength around love and confidence with the pyrite. Pyrite is in lapis too. So lapis is power of yourself, knowing your queendom, basically very sovereign stone. Pushing that out and pushing out labradorite transformation and belief in your own magic.
Nice.
So I'd like to share that.
That's very
So
cool. I
that's
like
a
that. I
very
like
good
that
way.
It's very intentional. I like that a
Yeah.
lot.
So every day I put it. I know I sound like a nut, but
No.
I put it on with
it's a
every
ritual.
affirmation. Yes,
Yeah,
it's a ritual.
morning ritual.
Yep. So.
Can you draw on your hands?
Shut up,
Yeah.
Tony. Bob yelled
I was
at me.
looking at your hands and I'm thinking, I think she's got the chocolate on it.
I gotta do
It's
that.
the Blair Witch symbols.
That one's a protection symbol.
Yeah.
I was just chilling. You know what?
She has the
I don't
chocolate.
gotta
Come on.
explain shit
So the
to
one is
you,
a Reiki.
Tony.
The one is a Reiki symbol she has on.
Yeah.
and-
I have a
The other
lighter
one
burn.
is too. It's
Okay. Oh yeah, I was gonna say it's a Reiki.
Yeah.
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 Friggin'
So-
Bob, you're not supposed to show those people. It's like, well, you took my hand, sir.
So I know you listen to episodes. I want to say
Yeah.
all of them are a lot. I guess I'm assuming if I say that. But what are some topics that we haven't covered or that you would like us to cover on the show?
That is hard to say because you guys do cover a lot. like I said, the Hermetic Principles is a very good one to try. I mean, it's very tough to understand for some people, but that is how you really manifest stuff in your life. If you can go through those 7 Hermetic Principles, and they are through like an old Egyptian method, like way of thinking.
Okay.
The god Thoth actually wrote them down on his emerald tablet,
Is
which
that
was
the snake one?
no, that's the one that looks like a bird.
Oh, okay.
The Birdman.
The Birdman, basically. Head of the bird, man of the body of a man. So that would be an interesting one to touch on. I did really enjoy the shadow person one. Otherwise, I don't know, did you ever do one on demons and the certain demons?
No.
that are
Really,
around?
no.
We should
See.
do one on Solomon's.
We have a theory on it.
Ooh, King Solomon would be an excellent
That
one.
would be
We have a
too.
theory on demons, though.
He has
Yeah.
a theory.
What's the theory?
Yeah,
on
he has a
demons?
We
theory.
do not.
This is
have
the
a
We
greatest
don't.
theory.
The podcast does not.
Did you see that bit from the comic that I sent? Did you see
No.
that? I'll send it to you again.
Okay.
I'll let you explain it, or I'll ruin the
All right.
joke.
So the bit is when you die, you go to heaven or hell.
Yeah.
And if you're killing it, like you're doing
You're
awesome.
killing it, you're doing good.
Yeah. Killing it could be like you're doing a good job in heaven, and killing it in hell is like you're torturing people, or
Yeah.
you're doing awesome stuff. You get promotions,
Yeah.
and then like you could become a demon or an angel.
Okay.
That's my theory.
That's your
First you
theory.
become
She said,
first you become
okay.
a ghost, he said.
Oh yeah.
And you fight
This is your theories on afterlife.
I like
Yeah.
the blink where Andy goes, first you go to a ghost.
Yeah.
He's very serious.
Yeah. No, you're a ghost first, and then like depending on how you do as a ghost,
You evolve like Pokemon.
yeah, you evolve. Yeah.
Oh,
3 stages.
okay.
3 stages.
And we said ghosts and demons and ghosts and angels are not the same thing.
We don't know that. It's all
not in my
theory.
eyes.
Bob even said it's all
What
theory.
if that's what he wants to believe? We're gonna
I
let
have
him
a-
go.
I told that to Paul, my boyfriend, who's very Catholic, and it just infuriated him. he was just like, what? That made no sense. He was like so mad. He was just like,
Here's the truth.
infuriating.
None of this makes sense to me.
I know.
So I need to wrap my simple brain in this universe.
None of this makes sense to you, but you have a podcast called
why
Truth Behind the Illusion.
I'm trying
and
to learn.
You're trying to learn.
I'm trying to learn.
You gotta keep that open mind there, bud.
I do, but it's just like, all right, you die, and then like depending on what chapter of the Bible you read, like you go to heaven or hell, or you sit there and wait for him to be like, no,
Do you
now
ever
time's
think
to
that
come.
This is the hell. This is the hell.
See,
What
there's
we
that
are
theory
in,
too.
Well,
There's
what
so
we're
much
in right
going
now
on.
is this is the hell, and how you handle it is, is your lesson in life.
But then you get reincarnated,
How
so
can we
it's
go to
like
regular?
back to hell you
It's all
go.
about karma. It's the karma.
It's
It's,
your
a
karma,
karmic
yeah.
cycle.
I don't
Your
get
karmic
it.
side, and see this,
You go to
and
hell too.
I've come and come more. There is no hell. This is the hell we live. I'm on that page. That this is the hell we're living in. We got to do the best we can to learn the lesson we're here to learn. And when we pass on, move on, you go on, you see your ancestors, your people for a while, then you get reincarnated again. If you're truly evil, like Hitler was, Hitlertown, whatever,
Hitlerton.
Hitlerton, that's it.
Hitlerton.
They don't come back.
Working title.
They
Okay.
do not come back.
Makes sense.
But there is. I do believe in demons. And
Now
I-
Hitler, he dies. Immediate, like he
He goes to hell and is
It's like
already
South Park.
upgraded into superhuman demon,
Yes,
right? Right?
He's demon
It's like
already.
South
And then
Park. He's
Gandhi
hanging down,
dies,
he's
and he
hanging
goes
out
and he's
in-
like
in
archangel
hell.
status,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
Is that
absolutely.
that's the plane you're on.
Yeah.
I get it. I get
Yeah,
it.
like,
It's a theory.
They're
I
like,
don't.
Ricky Steamboat is an instant angel.
Yeah, instant angel. Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
yeah, like you do some terrible things, you go to hell, and they're like,
So
oh
where
my
does that
guy.
leave Jimmy?
Get your horns.
Superfly
Jimmy
Snuka?
Snuka.
He's down.
Yeah, how he ended
He's
his life.
down.
Yeah, he's a demon.
Yeah.
He's demon.
Wrestling.
Yeah.
Jimmy Snuka murdered a woman
Yeah, so that's
And
why
I
we
was
say
shocked.
that.
He
Yes.
got away with it
Oh,
because
I'm
he was-
sorry.
and got away
Yeah.
with
Because
it.
he was popular at the time.
He was popular, and Vince McMahon
And he
went
had
in there. There was
muscles.
a whole
Yeah,
there was a whole
Dark Side.
documentary.
Dark Side of the
The
Ring.
Dark Side,
Yeah.
yeah, Dark Side of the Ring, and he went in there and just kind of covered
They
that
suppose
shit
he
up.
went in with a briefcase and
Yeah.
went to the cops and then he walked out.
All of a
with
sudden, it
Jimmy
was
Snuka.
okay again. Yeah.
Walked in with the briefcase, walked out with Jimmy Snuka.
They're like, sorry, cops.
Yeah.
I need him in the garden this weekend. He's jumping off a cage.
He's jumping off a cage.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then by the time they tried to convict him, put him in jail.
He was already
all
so
the drugs
sick.
and
Yeah,
steroids
he
went to
was
his mind.
done.
His mind wasn't there.
No.
Holy shit.
It was
He
like one of those
died
things
later.
where like
than
Yeah,
that,
he
everybody.
died
less
not
than a
long
couple
after,
months. Yeah.
They convicted him guilty. He died a couple weeks later.
Yeah, but he
Yeah,
was
it was
already.
how
Yes.
convenient.
He didn't even have his mind.
No.
Well, even when I
He
seen him in a
wasn't
show like, years before that, he was already.
When I met him, his eyes were as yellow as that cloud.
brother.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
What is that, jaundice? I think when your eyes are a little
Yeah,
like
Yeah.
It's pretty rough.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Well, what about that you were telling us before about you being reincarnated and you were a Native American?
Oh,
girl?
yeah.
that was my past life with Bob, and I was always afraid of doing it. Like I never could bring myself to do it. And then one day Bob was here, and I wanted to do it silently, kind of. I didn't want to do it with people.
Yeah.
And I went down, and
In case
I
you were
went
Hitler.
No, I knew it wasn't Hitler, but I'm thinking you don't know. You don't.
You'll be in a
That's
room
why
and
I
they'll be
asked
like,
him.
this person?
Did you ever come across a murderer? Like, who knows? Like, in the end, who
everyone
really
else
knows?
in the past life are like
Yeah.
sliding their chair out.
But I was totally expecting to go back to Ireland because I have such an affinity for, again, nerdy things like Ireland, the Renaissance Fair. Like, I swear I could step back into the Renaissance Fair and be happy and, like, just live my best life. But I went and I was a Native American woman on my land, on my homeland, which is down in Barry Township. There's a...
Barry Township.
Yeah.
My grandfather lived in Pittman. Right
Oh,
there.
okay.
Yeah.
I had a lot of girlfriends
Right
from
on
Pittman.
Deep
We
Creek
were
Road.
Deep Creek Road.
Yeah.
That's where
they
I was.
say my last name Heater over there.
Is
Oh,
that
no,
your
Andy
last
Heater.
name?
Yes.
Okay.
Hold on to hear.
Oh, I did
Yeah,
Heater here.
okay. Yeah,
He does the
I kind
rest
of
of
know
them.
your family then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Pee-wee's dead.
Pee Wee is dead,
Yeah.
yes, or passed on a
Yeah,
couple
sorry.
of them.
Well,
Yeah.
he made it. He was like 91
Oh,
or
I
something.
know. And he had the best junkyard going.
I know, yeah. With all the cars there and stuff.
Yeah, if you're any way of a car fan, the men who were car fans that would pass Pee
he
Wee's
would be my great uncle.
great uncle, okay.
Oh.
They would pass there and they would drool because he would have like
Cars upon
65
cars.
Mustang fastback GTs, like Eleanor in the frickin', in the bushes basically, just sitting rotten.
Wow.
But he had lots of beautiful classic cars there. If you were any way skilled at rebuilding them, you would get
Yeah, he had the
parts there. But
garage
he would like,
I forget his daughter. His daughter lives across the street in
Yes.
the house that where their mom and dad live.
yeah,
Man,
yeah.
I'm happy.
And I can't remember their names. My mom.
I forget.
My mom would know. My mom's the social person.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
social with you guys because I kind of feel comfortable, but
Yeah.
otherwise,
one of
no,
them
no,
married
no.
an Up the Grave.
Yes.
And then there's
An Up the Grave.
the Grave.
Yeah, ain't that a nice name? Up the Grave.
I went to elementary school with an Up to Grove.
Okay, so that's all like
And Klauser.
that's
over there?
Klauser. Yeah,
Klauser. Well, we have
So
some
that's
Klausers,
all.
aren't we?
That's all names I know because I went to school in Tri Valley, and it was goffadump. Like when he's talking
They all sound like
Rockerai, I
pickles.
knew a
Oh,
little.
Jesus Christ. It's right up over the hill.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah. Hot cars. You go down and look at the cars. Or take care of the cars lately. I used to have the better accent until I went to work for Rodney Krasinski in Ashland. There, I used to work. I was his dental assistant for a long time, and he used to make fun of my accent. He's like, "Oh my God, can you knock the country bunkin' stuff off?"
Can you get off?
Yeah. And then he'd make fun of Tri Valley too. So God love him. I loved him. But
I heard that all my life.
Yeah.
Every accent I do, everyone's Irish.
sounds
Yeah,
Irish.
Very Irish, yeah.
It's
he was
without
and
fail.
and Rodney was Lithuanian, so he was totally Money City Lithuanian, so he was totally different.
And
So I
it's
kind
weird.
of picked up him a little
Yeah, you
bit.
just go 10 minutes over like the one mountain down, and then it's like, wow, people talk totally different.
Yeah, totally different.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
That's
So I
something
used to
else.
be a little thicker than I am now, but with it.
I don't hear any Dutch in you.
No, not no more.
Now, but just here, Chris.
Not
now
no
look
more.
at this one more.
Yeah.
Not no more,
Yeah.
she said.
Not no more. Not no more. Nope. Ain't a word if you ain't gonna use it. Something like that. That's what they used to yell at us all the time at
Yeah,
school.
they had mate. That was a Dutch word. It was
Yeah.
may and not and ain't put together.
Yeah,
it made no
mate,
sense. And
mate.
Derson,
Yes.
where you dare not. I don't know how it became Derson.
Yeah.
I don't
And
know.
then you have what over in Pittman or Clingerstown, Pittman is a Fear Not,
Yeah.
and Rough and Ready.
Not.
And,
yeah, I know. The whole area of Sacramento.
yeah.
I'm lost.
Yep.
That was my crew.
There's a
You go
out
up
our
Deep-
way is
Deep
now
Creek Road.
Vanced.
Deep Creek, yeah.
Now Vanced.
We
Yeah,
threw-
a creek or crick?
Yeah.
Creek or crick, yeah.
We threw rocks at abandoned buildings.
Yeah. And this guy used to throw his soda away at Halloween.
What?
Yeah, you get a can of soda. Weren't your mind blown as a
We
kid?
were just talking about
Yeah.
this.
Don't tell me you threw away a full candy bar.
No,
No, I threw
no.
full
like,
Full
if-
soda.
kanji bar. See, now it's coming back.
if someone
Put
if
away a
someone
full
if someone
candy
put
bar.
if someone put a can of soda in our thing,
Why would you do that? Like,
'cause
I
it was-
can
They're
understand
destructive
throwing away
kids.
the licorice,
'Cause it was
the
more fun to
Twizzlers,
throw it
all
off
that
a
kind of
house.
crap got thrown away from me, but
all right.
Yeah, a can of soda. I was like, what?
Did any of you
Yeah.
ever get arrested on
I'm
mischief
8.
night? Like
No.
no.
never. Like you
Dad,
never went
no.
soap cars.
I,
You
I
did?
never did, no.
Yeah.
Pick up a mic.
I smashed
See, that's
pumpkins.
that's
but
that's that old school generation though. Like my mom talked about stuff like that. They used to drive drunk and everything.
Oh,
and
yeah.
It was like, yeah.
Well, the
whatever.
wrestlers did that all the time. They get
Yeah.
done the show and just get a case of beer and drive to the next one. Totally hammered and high and, you know.
High hammered and everything.
Yeah.
High hammered and everything.
Yeah.
The cops would pull them over, like, oh, it's Saxon Jim Duggan, just get out of here.
Yeah. Duggan, yeah.
Hacksaw and Iron
My
Sheik.
dad is
Yeah.
really relating to these stories right now.
Hacksaw and Iron Sheik are doing blow on the way to Madison Square Garden. Get out of here.
He don't give me a little bit of his fucking coke.
Yeah. The funny thing is that was like one of the main things. I know we're getting into wrestling here, but that's one of the main reasons why they realized that wrestling wasn't real, because like the biggest baby face and the biggest heel were driving in the same car.
Oh yeah, they were buddies. Yeah.
Because they were getting high together.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hulk Hogan, you never give me smoking my marijuana.
As being a woman and even being a girl wrestling fan in high school,
It's tough.
It was.
Yeah.
It was extremely tough.
It was tough being a boy wrestling fan. I couldn't imagine being a girl wrestling fan.
Oh, it was bad. And I was so nerdy. I had like the Hardy Boys t-shirts and Stone Cold t-shirts.
If you were a if you were a girl wrestling fan back in the day, I think it was like you had to be a Hardy Boys fan.
Yeah. Oh,
That was
yeah.
the rule.
Jeff, you had like Jeff.
Yeah. I actually like Matt though. Matt was kind of cute. Not now. Oh god.
No.
Sorry, but
Are you
I know
saying
men don't
sorry
want to talk
because he
about
looks
that.
like
Yeah.
Matt?
Huh?
Are you saying sorry because he looks like Matt?
No, I'm saying sorry because I'm sure you guys don't want to talk about hot men.
No, I'll talk about it.
Oh, don't even. I don't know how many times I hear, "Oh, that girl looks so hot."
Yeah, I think guys are hot too.
Yeah.
So the guy I grew up thinking that was super attractive and the best looking guy in wrestling is clearly Shawn Michaels. And then I
do not
then
know.
I present him to my wife and she's like, he's ugly. And I
Yeah,
said, I will
no.
divorce you right now.
Is
No.
he the one that
Sexy boy.
that
Yeah.
Heidi met and was really off guard
No,
because he's
that's-
cross-eyed?
Yes.
Was that? Oh,
Yeah.
Oh,
Was that
okay.
Sean? Is he cross-eyed?
Yeah,
Yeah.
He had retinal damage, so his one eye is really
Yeah,
bad.
he don't-
So Heidi said that she was
He didn't age well.
going in to meet him, and
Yeah.
then he was like, went to go
Let's
shake
after
his hand, and she was like,
And then she texted me and he's like, you know he's cross. And I was like, I hate you.
I hate you.
And he had a
That's
big
like
beard.
one of my childhood idols, right?
Yeah.
No, I liked Bret Hart.
Oh, okay.
In that era.
Yeah.
I was Bret Hart, Owen Hart,
Yeah.
Hart Foundation. I really wanted to be that little girl in the crowd he gave
Oh, the
sunglasses
glasses, yeah.
to.
"Oh,
Imagine you're a kid there. That would be like the best day of your
That
life.
would be the best. Look at CM Punk gave somebody his
Shoes,
Jordans the
yeah.
other day. I was like, damn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He gave
but-
someone the hat the other day.
Yeah.
And that picture was like, here's my hat.
Yeah.
But it was like a John Deere hat or something stupid. I'm like, thanks, Punk.
I just,
Aw.
yeah, you gotta love him. And I didn't love him as much as I did in WWE, as much as I love him now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Nice.
it's a
Say
different
that.
landscape.
Ice cream
Good.
for everybody.
Yeah.
I was like, how can you not love this guy?
Yeah.
He's giving away free ice cream
He's
sandwiches.
the biggest baby face around there. And then
Yeah.
they- they-
So when can people come and experience some things at the Tree of Life when you're here? And
Yeah, like your
how
crystal
can they find you or
class.
contact you if you would like them to?
Crystal Mountain Healing is my Facebook page, my TikTok page, and my
That's all I
Instagram page. It's all on there. I do TikTok pages and Instagram page. I do crystal recommendations for the full and new moon too, and for any kind of high holiday or Sabbats that go on. So I'll have one in the next couple days for Samhain. I also do, I just wrote a little article in this month's Panorama magazine too, so I'm very proud of that.
Nice, congratulations.
Yeah, and I do crystal Reiki here, so whenever somebody would like one, just contact me through my pages or whatever, or call the shop here, or call my phone number. I have it on my business card out there. But anytime anybody has any kind of crystal questions too, I'm always open to questions, and there is no charge for that because I just love talking to people about it.
that's
'Cause I'm
really
nerdy,
sweet. That's very
you know. So yeah, so anything like that is totally, you can contact me for anything like that. And I love doing the crystal Reiki. I'm trying to do more of like the cards and stuff, and trust my gut and say, yeah, I need to do this more. But that's really putting myself out there, you know.
Maybe I'll purchase some.
Just do it. I did it. I'm a master already. I know.
I'm a master already.
So good at it.
So
I'd be
yeah.
like, is it swords? You like swords?
You like 'em?
Yeah.
Swords, see, swords to me is very mental, very, it could be very in your head and very, but people read the cards differently. Now, I was reading tarot
it's all
cards.
valid.
You got them when you were 10, and you're very lucky too. I was also very blessed to have a mom that kind of encouraged it.
Thanks, Mom.
Yeah, thanks, Mom. But I had a mom too that bought me my first set at Avalon, the store up in the Schuylkill Mall at
Avalon.
14.
The hippie store.
My mom knew him,
Oh.
so she would go in and BS with him while I'm going around picking up crystals and cards and pendulums. My first pendulum came from that store. Lots of my jewelry and stuff came from that store when I was younger. But he actually offered to attune me to Reiki right away when I was 14. And at the time, I was scared.
Yeah.
Because I was actually a lot more shy than I am now.
Yeah. You don't know the guy. And
Yeah, and at that
14-year-old
time,
kid.
right, I was like, no, Mom, you know. But now I'm a little bit more out in the open, and I became my Usui Reiki master and Holy Fire and all the
Holy
jazz.
fire, that
I
sounds a good move.
yeah, that's your new wrestling move, Holy Fire.
That's really
So,
I forgot our band name already.
Sex Rocks.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Sex Rocks.
Sex rocks.
Come on.
Can you make a new logo that looks like an album cover, and
Two
it's
rocks
us,
and
and it just says "Sex Rocks," like
But
a
nothing. It's just us in like 80s glam.
yeah, it's like kind of like the Bangin' Beers.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
we'll
it's
rip
us
off,
in 80s glam.
we'll rip off the
Sex
Bangin' Beers.
rocks.
It's just us like
But it's ROX.
you're singing,
Yes,
you're
ROX.
singing,
SEX ROX.
and you're
Yeah.
playing
2X.
guitar.
2X.
I have
ROX.
holding a triangle. Sex
Like the
Rocks.
Roxy
Love it.
Theater.
Love it.
There it is. New shirt comment, Sex Rocks. And if you're ever free on a Tuesday, please come join us.
I would love to.
Yeah.
You know, I don't like the other day when I messaged you about the shadow people. Like I don't like pushing my ideas out there unless somebody really wants
No,
them.
we want
You
the
know.
community pages to be more of people
So
engaging.
expect me to do more stuff like that, but I'll always run it by you first if I can.
No,
If-
you're a moderator. Post
yeah.
it. It's
So-
yours. Like we
if
want
you're a
that.
moderator, we kind of trust you to do
We want
whatever
that.
you
We
have.
want that community page. We want all of our community pages, the wrestling, the pop culture, the
Yeah.
thing. We want that to be your home too.
Yeah.
Like we can't have everybody on the show.
The
so-
other night in the chat when I said about the iron, I said, well, I was trying to be joking when I said when you were talking about the iron, the
the
lady,
Iron
Yeah.
Maiden.
yeah, and I'm like, well, it was good enough for in Home Alone or something.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm thinking, oh man, I hope this guy doesn't get pissed off with me. He doesn't know. He doesn't know my sense of humor.
No, we're fun in there. But yes, please
So-
come join us. Come hang
Yeah.
out. You do a
Yeah,
great job here, and
Yeah.
there's a lot of stuff that you
Yeah,
can
there's
educate
so much.
us on.
There's
You can
there's
bring your kit and show us.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh God,
Your
yeah.
tackle box
Totally.
world.
It is like a
Cool.
tackle box, honest to
I
God.
said,
Um,
just put it out
Well,
there.
there's Reiki here. We
job.
do meditations. Like Melanie's not here today, but she does awesome
I
meditations.
want to learn how to meditate better.
She's great with it. I will recommend her. She's a 10 out of 10. We do have me
And
and
she
her
does
doing.
meditation, too.
Yeah.
That's a joke.
She. Oh God, now I'm laughing. But we do a spiritual wisdom circle here, and we're going to do that on Thursday this week. So that's going to be like where people come in, kind of express what's going on with them spiritually. It's like a spiritual support group.
Oh, cool.
So, and then I usually do a little topic with it. She does a little meditation with it, and we'll sit and talk about what we're going through. So this one is a little bit about protection and things you can do to protect yourself, like the Seder Square, different protection crystals, different meditations to help you get through that kind of stuff. So anybody's welcome to join that too. We do that little like 15, 20-minute meditation. I'll speak a little bit about the topic, so will she. So
It
it's
sounds
kind of
like you're doing a podcast.
Yeah.
kind of, yeah, just with certain people.
A
and it's not
localized, yeah.
localized, yeah.
Yeah.
So, and then it's like, that's what it is, so.
Sounds
That's
exciting.
awesome.
Yeah.
I think you bring a lot of fun stuff to the table. Just let us know,
Yeah.
and then whenever you're free, we'll
Yeah.
sneak in an episode and get you in.
I don't mind driving to Frackville. I'm only in Lavelle, so,
No,
Awesome.
that's very
Oh, nice.
fun,
yeah.
Awesome. So that'll do it for our episode here. As we were going, I was looking at the times. Like we could probably split this into 3
yeah. Marathon here.
complete episodes. Like 'cause I
Yeah,
think Bob was like
probably.
45 minutes. Like,
Yeah.
So this might be a thing where I may have to go back in the beginning and just do like an intro and stuff. But we want to thank all of you for tuning in and enjoying.
Yeah.
Make sure you go check out the network website, iwepnetwork.com. Check out some merchandise. It helps us grow, helps us get better. Stuff like equipment and do cool things that
Yeah,
we have
do
planned.
stuff.
Like we want to rent out an entire house.
Yes, we do.
We're not gonna say which one yet, but
Yeah.
also like the Patreon. If you can help us out, $1, $5. If 1,000 people doesn't do $1, that
Yep.
can be super cool. Yeah, so just let us know. Support. Thank you, Tree of Life, so much for having us.
There she is.
Thank you for coming.
We will be doing this more often. We'll try to make this a regular occurring thing.
Love to have you on a regular basis.
Yeah.
be awesome.
So we'll have some fun here. Thank you so much. This has been the IWEP Network with Truth Behind Illusion. We'll see you next time.